I'd like to do corrections for the paper. Say that okay, sorry for that network problem. Sorry for that network problem. I was still telling you that the questions, I don't know whether if they were challenging, but I thought they were very, very direct. One of the questions that failed people was this first part. I know the second part where I said suggest the agent of pollination for the flower. And many people fail to interpret this question. I don't know why. Then the other part state the adaptations of the flower for didn't understand the meaning of the word adaptation. They totally failed to understand it. So they were just stating features which they would see, but they were not telling us that how the flower is adapted for the agent. So people were able to identify the adaptation, but they didn't relate it with the agent pollination they had named here. And that's why very many people failed. And also this question said the conditions that promote cross-pollination. Now, some people are putting here insects, wind, but we said conditions which we had done, not agents, but conditions. And many people still, they fail to interpret this question. And I thought each one of you would be able to get 100%, but many people fail to get it. By now, I am sure each one of you was able to receive your results because I marked. Although some of you still face the challenge of handing in work, you don't know how to, you send work which is upside down, you send different PDFs, yet you are supposed to send one entire PDF of your work. But you find someone getting just a section of a page, you send it. Another section, you send it. Another section, you send it. Now that becomes complicated when we are marking. So you should always send your work in one entire PDF, so that we can mark successfully well. Now, without wasting time, let us go straight and do this exercise. So the first question was, let me try to magnify a little bit. Some of us who are using phones. Okay. I'm trying to magnify for some of us who are using phones. Okay, so the first question was, you are provided with the structure of the following plant, study it and answer the following questions. So this was the structure of the plant, which you had to study, and then you had to answer the following questions. The first question was, name the parts labeled A, B, C, and D. So I'd like to know which one was A, a shower. You can unmute and you tell us the answer.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, please.
Why is it that my work is not marked?
Okay, sorry for that network problem. I was still asking people which one is part A? Which one is part A? Which one is part A? For some of you who were able to answer it, which one did you were able to get? Yes, Isabella.
Part A. Part A is feathery stigma.
Okay, thank you very much, Isabella. So this is the feathery stigma. Okay, thank you very much. And which one was part B? Which one was part B?
Part B was the petal.
Okay, part B was the petal. Okay, and which one was part C?
Answer head.
Okay, this was the answer. So these were the answers which you guys had to give, and I was happy that many people were able to get these marks. And then we can go to the next question. Which is suggest the agent of pollination for the flower. 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 Yes, Shaba?
Wind.
Okay. This was wind. Okay. And of course, if you still remember, we had done this. This is the part which I gave you people. And you could see, we had said that this is going to be wind pollinated. And I had showed you this grass flower, and as well as even this one. We had looked at this already. But maybe what happened was some people went onto the internet, they tried to search certain things which we did not learn. These are the flowers which we looked at when we were having this lesson. And I think they were very, very clear. They were very clear for each when we were learning about this. Extremely clear. Grass flower, and then this part, these are all wind pollinated. I saw some people were saying bird pollinated, insect pollinated, and yet we had done this. And even in the naming, some of you were naming Dahlia, like those things which we don't study here. So people went onto the internet, they got certain things which we hadn't learned. And it's what they were posting. So when you're given a question, work is already there in Google Classroom. Why would you go to the internet to get wrong work? Why would you go to the internet to get wrong work? So I think we can continue. Okay, there. Let's go back to our question. Then state the adaptations of the flower for the agent of pollination mentioned in B. Now, in most cases, when you fail this one in UNEB, also whatever you write here is going to be wrong. When you fail this part, whatever you fail will be wrong. But of course, I was somehow lenient. If you are putting something right here, I was marking you. But in normal marking, I would have marked you wrong. Now, what about here? State the adaptations of the flower for the agent of pollination mentioned in B. So what will be the answer? Yes, I'm waiting for the answer. Yes, Lenia.
They have no scent.
Now, how is that going to enable them to be? How is that going to enable wind to pollinate it? Linear. So yeah, if you said they have no scent, I was marking it wrong. Yes. Auntie.
They have good scent.
Shanti, can you give us the answer? To enable wind to pollinate them. So
They
that
have
was also
good
wrong.
scent.
I marked it wrong. I have said that is wrong. That is wrong. If you put that answer, that is wrong. Could we think of another? Yes, Irene.
The flower has a feathery stigma to enable pollen grains blown by wind to attach on it firmly.
Okay, I think that is now correct. That is correct. That they have a feathery stigma, which can be able to trap the pollen grains which are in the wind. And then any other, so far that's one. Any other adaptation? Any other adaptation? Maybe people didn't understand this concept very well. Let me try to remind people what we had done. These are the characteristics of wind-pollinated flowers. And it is from the characteristics that that we can be able to get it, okay? So these adaptations, you should be able to, yes, Lenia, you want to say something?
They have long stamens and pistils hanging outside the petals to release and receive respectively pollen grains easily.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Yes, that is actually correct. So when they say adaptation, you guys, you people should be able to be critical. The first adaptation which we saw that was pollen grains are very small and light. Okay. That could be an adaptation to easily be blown. They are small and light to easily be blown by wind. So these flowers are going to be able to produce, they produce pollen grains that are small and light, so that which are easily blown by wind. Then another one is the anthers are exposed to the wind, or they have
Guys, this grass is boring. Mwana, mubadde ki? Kaki grass kibovu walayi? No, I you pa bien good. Say na good. Teacher Otto, my dad has a name like that. He's called Mr. Patrick Otto.
sorry for that. So I was still telling you that these adaptations, that another one is the stigma are feathery to catch grain carried on wind. Okay, so all these ones, this is what you had to give. But I was surprised that people were giving me these ones. Yes, they are there, but they are not adaptations, having no scent and nectar. So that one I wouldn't go with it. I would go with the long filament, which is loose, stigma is feathery, anthers loaded with pollen grain. All those are adaptations. So we can go back to our question. Okay, so we have just answered this question of said adaptations of the flower for the agent of pollination. And then going forward to the last question, state the conditions that promote cross-pollination in flowers. Which are the conditions that we studied? Set the conditions that promote cross-pollination in flowers. Yes, Isabella.
The osseous condition.
Thank you very much. The osseous condition. Any other? Yes, Ashaba.
Protandry.
Protandry, whereby with protandry, it is the male which matures before the female. Thank you very much. Any other? Any other character? Any other condition that would promote? Yes, Ashava.
Protogeny.
Protogyny. Protogyny, that's when the female develops before the male. It matures before the male, and so pollination cannot occur. Fertilization does not occur. Then any other? So far, those are three, and I think remember last time we talked over about 4 or 5. Any other? Yes, Ashava. Do you have any other? We talked of the self-incompatibility. We also talked of the self-incompatibility. Yeah, so we also talked of the self-incompatibility. So those were the answers, and if you had done them well, then I must have marked your work. Otherwise, so these have been our corrections. Is there any question that you would be having? Yes, Ashava.
Teacher, my work is not marked.
Ashava, are you sure? Because I don't know whether you handed in the right way, but as far as I remember, all work was marked. As far as I remember, did you hand in well? Let me go and I show you. Yes, Lenia.
Teacher, I never attended this lesson last time, so I'm kind of with the conditions.
You did not attend the lesson.
Yes.
Now there are videos which are always posted for the missed lessons. So and even teacher, what I think has a website where you can meet them. I think he will comment about it, where you can meet those videos for anything that is missed. So what I'm trying to show here is I'm trying to get the work. Now, you see, I'm seeing now there. They are now, this one is like showing as if there are some people who have just handed in. When did you hand in Gava? Because I had marked all the senior two. This, I don't know, I need to refresh it first. I don't know where these students are coming from that are unmarked. When did you hand in? Are you there? Asheva, when did you hand in?
That we did the exam.
Okay, I think Asheva's network is disturbing. Okay. Mr. Charles, do you have anything to say? Because I've just done the corrections.
Teacher Patrick.
And, all the work that I was
Teacher Patrick, can you hear me? Oh, thank you so much for teaching. I'm kind of in also a school setup. I thank you so much.